Today I'm going to talk about a proven lead system that floods my calendar with wealthy clients who show up already trusting me. And I think that's the key, trusting me as an expert in what I do. I'm going to share with you case studies that reveal how I added $355,440 in annual premium to my book of business in the last 4 months. And I didn't have to beg for warm market referrals. And I think that's the key to this, or chase leads. And that's because I'm using a simple educational video funnel that we've created. I want to start off with my credibility. I've been doing this for over 30 years. The last 15 plus years, I've been a quarter of the table, top of the table, $1 million round table producer every year. So what I'm going to share with you is not to brag. It's not to make me feel better about myself, but it's really about how I've became a top agent in our industry and also build a top agency within the industry using the systems that I'm currently using to elevate myself to that level of production. My track record is proven. I've done it. I think the key to this is from 2010 all the way through 2024, or 15 consecutive years, I guess 16 counting this year. I have never missed that level of production that separates me into the top 5% of the agents, agency builders in this marketplace. I've got there because of processes. This is not by luck. It's by growing, changing, and adapting and using the system that I'm going to share with you today. The system that I'm going to share with you, a lot of work's went into it, and it's a proven system. And I want to start off with sharing the success. The first agent that deployed my system scaled his business from $5,000 in monthly production to $30,000 a month using our exact framework that I'm going to share with you today. The second agent pulled in an additional $78,800 in 140 days, implementing the strategies that I'm about to share with you. To further prove it wasn't luck, I launched this system 3 more times, and the results just keep getting better. And there's some examples up here. But Sean wrote 6,500 AP in his first 10 days using this system. That gets me excited. And even faster, Ray Thompson did over 6,500 in annualized premium in his first 8 days on this system. And like a bullet train, Tunch did over 7,200 in annual premium in his first 7 days. I'm not sharing this to brag. This is from the heart. And I hope that you feel that today, because I'm here to show you a lead generation system and sales process that actually works for life insurance and advisors in today's marketplace. After having walked the path for over a decade and maintaining my production and my track record, I've had to continuously adapt my lead generation and sales processes to move myself into the future. And I'm going to share with you why that's so important to me and why that process is so important, I believe, for you. My goal as I'm approaching the end of my producing career is to give back. This industry has been so generous to me. The people I've been able to surround myself have coached me and helped me grow. And I want to pass this valuable information and what I've learned over my 30-year career to others in our industry. And you'll understand why, because there's not enough people in our industry doing what I do. We can't serve the marketplace that needs to be served. The latest lead generation and sales system that I'm using today is what we call, my partners and I, the video sales funnels. Imagine being able to attract wealthy prospects directly to your calendar. And the amazing thing about that is your clients will see you as the expert before they ever talk to you. And really, what I'm about to reveal with you kind of violates the first rule of a competitive advantage. After watching too many agents struggle with the same old broken lead systems and sales strategies, I'm now breaking my silence on the method that's creating today's top producers in our marketplace. What I'm about to reveal has never been shared publicly because most agents don't even know it exists. If you're serious about creating a real growth, not only for your personal gain, but for the future of your family, here's my promise to you today. You will leave with the exact system that separates the $1 Million Roundtable producers like myself from the 92% who fell within their first 3 years in this industry. And we all know those numbers, but those are true numbers. Allow me to be crystal clear about who this system is for. This system is specifically for life insurance agents and advisors who, one, more qualified inbound appointments to sell IULs, ULs, whole life and annuity products. Two, that want to stop forcing uncomfortable conversations with friends and family, which we were all taught to do to start out our careers, what we were told was a warm market. And three, are tired of chasing low-intent prospects, especially when we're buying expensive leads from vendors that, number one, we don't know, or two, we don't know who else is also using those vendors. And four, we're looking for agents and advisors who are wanting to move into an upmarket, wealthier people like I've done, or looking to scale past their current income ceiling by selling larger ticket premiums, not working twice as hard, but working twice as smart to generate additional income. And fifth, want to be seen as an expert prior to meeting with those wealthy prospects, which will help you increase your close ratios. That was so important to me. I wanted to move beyond becoming an agent to a trusted advisor. And that's the key in everything I'm sharing with you today. The reason I got into this industry, insurance, was because of the financial freedom and the time freedom this industry affords you as owning your own business. The question I have for you, are you ready to do whatever it takes to benefit from that time freedom and financial freedom? I'll tell you who this system is not for. It's for agents that are looking to get rich quick. They're looking for that magic money tree that requires no effort. Because the truth is, if you're lazy, no one's going to be able to help you. Also, agents that aren't willing to learn new skills, are not coachable, implement new sales abilities, be self-coach, or look to improve their abilities to scale their practices, this system's probably not for you. If you're frustrated because you've tried everything, you've bought leads, and I know lots of agents that have done this, you've worked your warm market, you've called all your friends and family, made calls upon calls, you're still not getting results or you're not scaling your practice, then this system is exactly what you need. You're forced every day to chase after data that causes you to rely on your warm markets as your primary money model. And this is not sustainable long term. And it's not your fault, not entirely anyways. You've been fighting the uphill battle that this industry has taught us as agents we needed to do, and we haven't done it with the right tools. If you got this far, it's amazing. It's safe to assume that you're ready to do whatever it takes to take that next step. And the next step is to identify those broken strategies and start replacing them with winning systems and strategies like I've implemented. I sell IULs, I sell annuities. I've got the best term out there. I sell final expense. Most agents are taught to sell by product. They're product-led. And that's really fundamentally backwards to everything I do. And that also explains why 97% of the agents really struggle in this business and then eventually fail in this business. The top 1% of insurance producers like myself feel the complete opposite about leading with product. And I've moved to attracting wealthy clients who have specific financial pain points. I don't talk about product first. I talk about the pain points and speak my client's language to what they're going through personally. There's a very known entrepreneur in our business that understands that the easiest way to make a lot of money is to work with people solving expensive problems that have the means to fix those problems. This leads to, I think, what really separates the 1% of insurance producers like myself. We've transitioned from product-led to prospect-led. Let me give you some examples of that. Construction business owners are clients of mine, or high-income doctors. What they're really looking for is not a product. They're looking for tax advantage growth, which is potentially an IUL sell. What about wealthy pre-retirees with large 401ks, okay, that are terrified of a market crash? That's the language I use. That's the pain point. So an annuity, the product becomes a solution. It doesn't become the focus. The prospect always buys insurance to save themselves from specific pain points. This is why it's crucial to focus on a specific niche market where people have pain. Here's where most agents hit the wall. Even when they identify the right niche market, and that niche market has enough pain, they don't know how to reach that market or find those prospects. In today's online market, the truth is, and this is how it works today in our industry, whoever educates the prospect first owns the relationship. I had to discover that. In this business, let me say it again, whoever owns the relationship owns the sell. Nothing forms a customer relationship while building trust faster than video content. Sadly, 92% of agents don't understand this concept, and their uplines aren't teaching this concept. Now you know why 92% fell. HubSpot data revealed 80% of marketers say video increased traffic to their website and directly increased their sales. Here's what's really happening right now. Insurance agents out there who don't use video have been completely invisible to their potential buyers. These folks, and you know who they are, have made that fact completely obvious to me. And if they can do it, you can do it. Anyone can. This is where our inbound educational video sales funnel becomes your secret weapon. First of all, this funnel combines really two things. Number one, digital prospecting, which is a blend of online organic content and paid advertising that attracts online prospects. And two, with one 10-minute educational video that speaks directly to your ideal prospects about their specific pain points. You'll finally be able to stop chasing after prospects who don't pick up the phone or simply want to get you off the phone. Instead, you'll be able to start attracting the right customers who want to buy. When your video educates them about their problem and positions you as the expert who can solve it, selling is going to become so much easier for you. Let's review. We combine hyper-specific niche targeting, one 10-minute educational video, add with a digital prospecting funnel, prospects who book themselves because they already know, like, and trust you. That's our video sales funnels. Here's what the video sales funnel is really about. Typically, we know where we're at and we know where we want to go. What we need is a pathway to get there. Our educational video sales funnel system is truly the bridge to that gap. It's going to take you from where you're currently at to where you deserve to be. You are one educational video sales funnel system from becoming the true authority, which means your prospects will be calling you and booking with you instead of you having to cold call them. And that's really, truly what this system is about, and it's the bridge to getting where you need to be. Real-time freedom is when bookings work around your schedule as opposed to you being a slave to your prospect and working at their schedule. Financial freedom, what that really means, and that's why I got in this business, is 10 times in your income based on the right systems. And you probably ask yourself, why should I listen to this guy right here and what makes this system different? And the answer is what I've discovered through this system. To answer this, I have to tell you about my famous boot story. You know, I started out in sales as a young man selling cowboy boots in Washington, D.C. Yeah, you heard me right, Washington, D.C. Not Texas, Washington, D.C., selling cowboy boots. But my store sold the most expensive handcrafted boots for Tony Lama in their entire chain, Washington, D.C. Yet somehow, being in Washington, D.C., we outsold every other location that Tony Lama had nationwide, including all but their factory store in El Paso, Texas. The secret wasn't about the boots or the product. The secret I learned, and what I learned in that career, was it was all about process. Instead of waiting for customers to complain about what I knew were the objections in buying a cowboy boot, which were, number one, the fit, I addressed their concerns before they even tried that boot on. I knew that every customer would face the biggest three objections in buying a Western boot. And that was, number one, when they try that boot on, the instep's going to feel tight. 2, the heel's going to slip. And 3, that boot's going to feel like initially that you're standing on a rung of a ladder. When customers tried on their boots and they felt exactly what I described to them before they tried on the boots, they weren't raising objections about the fit anymore. You know, that carried into my life insurance career, because most life insurance agents, the reason they never get to the next level is they wait for prospects to object first. And then they get the same responses like, I want to think it over, I can't afford it, and I already know somebody else in the industry. And I've learned that those aren't real objections. Really, these are pre-programmed methods that we've all been taught to say no. And what it really means is they really didn't understand the product, so they shifted from wanting to know more about the product to using what I would call a polite way of saying no. Those aren't real objections. And just like I prepared customers for how the boots would feel, our video sales funnels prepare prospects for your IUL or annuity presentations that handle the objections up front, so they're not objections. The video addresses their concerns before they ever speak with you. Yes, their objections can be there are surrender charges. And yes, the returns can be market linked. And yes, this requires long-term thinking. But by the time they book a call with you, they've already been pre-fitted for your solution within our system. When I told customers that boots would feel tight, and they did feel tight, that proved that I was an expert and I knew what I was talking about. When your video explains exactly how an IUL or annuity works, they see that it makes perfect sense. Once again, you become the trusted advisor within that process. I'm just sharing more pictures and success stories that I've had along my career, because system is exactly how I've got there, and I know that you'll get there also. The numbers don't lie. Our business is a numbers business. This is 16 consecutive years at going at the very top, at quarter of the table or top of the table within $1 million round table that I've done every consecutive year. So why am I bringing other people like you with me? Because a rising tide lifts all boats. The bigger this industry grows, the more we all win. As a licensed life insurance agent today, you are sitting on the greatest opportunity in wealth transfer that the insurance industry has ever seen in its history. In 2024, indexed universal life insurance sales reached a record $3.8 billion in new premium. $3.8 billion in new premium. What share of that are you currently a part of? Now that we've got that out of the way, here's the reality. I obviously can't capture all this market share by myself, which brings me to why you're here. With all this said, time for value. The $1 million question is, and this is what I've learned hanging around $1 million producers, is how can we help each other, or how can I help you get a bigger piece of that pie? This market is not saturated. We need more quality producers taking a bite out of this pie. The 3 pillars of a successful video sales funnel system are: Pillar 1, a niche identifier blueprint. The unfortunate reality is that most agents lead with products. Like, I can help you with an IUL or an annuity. Did you know that Walt Disney and Ray Kroc use this for strategy? And what if I could show you how to become your own bank? What happens when you lead with products? You sound exactly like every other agent. You're forcing products down the throats of people who don't want them, and prospects immediately think, oh, here comes another life insurance pitch. You're just peddling products. The prospect-led revolution, instead of leading with what you sell, you lead with who you help and what specific problem that you can solve for your clients. We call this conceptual selling. It's something you'll hear me talk about a lot. And this is important for agents wanting to attract wealthy clients and write higher annual premium cases. Let me give you an example, the number one example of conceptual selling. Like the generic agent, my competition, what they're saying typically to clients is, I offer retirement planning just like everyone else. The magnetic agent says, I help construction business owners protect their 401k from market volatility. Oh, how do you do that? That might be an IUL or some other plan that you offer. See, generic agents say, oh, wow, we have great annuity products. The magnetic agent says, I help individuals like yourself, conservative pre-retirees with, let's say, over $250,000 in income, safeguard that retirement income from market crashes while maintaining growth. It's not about the product. It's about the concept. It's about the language they understand. What happens when you get this right? Prospects instantly think that, wow, this person understands my situation. And you attract people who have the exact problem that are aligned with what you can help them solve. You differentiate yourself from the tens of thousands of other agents that are focused on product and aren't helping clients understand their needs and reach their objectives. When you sell a specific person with a specific problem, you create what behavioral psychologists call selective attention triggering. Studies show that personalized messaging can lift engagement by up to 60% and make consumers 80% more likely to purchase, while generic messaging often gets ignored by over 80% of recipients. But won't I limit my market by being so specific? And I'm here to tell you actually the opposite's true. You're not limiting your market. You're dominating a segment of that market. This is an opportunity for our second pillar to prove how effective digital lead prospecting is. Once you identify your target demographic market through Meta, Facebook, advanced AI, it can easily apply the same data points to find them everywhere online on your behalf. Pillar 2 is our digital lead prospecting. Now that you know your exact ideal target prospect, who they are, here's the power of AI. It'll track them everywhere they go online, and it makes them come to you. You don't want to be the agent using the outdated playbook that your upline has probably told you need to follow, where you beg for warm market referrals, or you buy expensive leads from lead vendors, or you make hundreds of daily phone calls in hopes of getting the right prospect. The brutal reality of prospecting this way is that it fails to be predictable, or I believe more importantly, scalable. It's painfully slow and soul crushing. It applies enormous amounts of pressure on you and your downline, and you control nothing. There's no feedback loop, meaning no improvement is possible. See, I had a mentor of mine early on in my career that stated to me, Charles, if you keep the score will approve. And the hard truth is, as long as you're depending on somebody else's leads, you're really just building their business, not yours. You're a consumer of leads instead of a business owner. Your hard work is making the lead vendors richer. And that's failing agents today. This system, I believe, is the biggest problem our industry is facing, is agents today don't know how to be a creator of leads. And luckily, there's a lot better way of doing it. We are entering the AI revolution. Technology is the only repeatable method to identify your ideal prospects, especially the wealthy ones. And that is what top producers are quietly implementing. When it comes to prospecting for insurance, you need to create an unfair advantage. You need all the mentorship that you can to outperform other players in a very highly competitive environment today. Here's how it works. Remember that specific niche, the one we identified as Pillar 1? Meta's AI can find those exact people across Facebook and Instagram with ruthless precision. Construction business owners worried about their 401k. AI will find them. Pre-retirees worried about market volatility destroying their nest egg. AI will find them. And real estate investors and developers looking for strategic ways to save on taxes, become their own bankers, AI will find them. This is how you attract the best leads. First, you create content that speaks directly to those people's specific problems. And second, you use AI to target your specific customer profile. Then you deploy digital content through 2 channels. 1, organic posts that build trust and authority over time. And 2, targeted paid ads that put your content in front of qualified prospects immediately. Most likely, that's how you got here today. And the proof in concept, the case in point is it works. In fact, that's how you got in front of me today. Using both of these channels allow you to attract a high volume of your ideal prospects on demand. The result? Predictable system that gets prospects coming to you 24/7 automatically. The AI finds them. Your online content and ads attract them. And the result is they come to you already interested in what you offer. They've got people coming to you, and what happens next? They need to view you as the expert, which leads us to Pillar 3, how to use an educational video to position you as the authority while guiding your prospects to book their own appointments. Really, Pillar 3 is our video sales letter funnel. Here's the reality about how agents have historically attempted to attract fresh prospects. They pay for leads and make hundreds of dials. They use basic lead forms and immediately start chasing prospects. And they're failing to automate that education process in advance of presenting solutions. The problem with the old method is the agent is forced to constantly chase the sale. And this really is a big problem because it creates low authority. Prospects view you as a desperate salesperson when they need to see you as a trusted expert. The old method creates longer buying cycles because zero trust was built before the pitch. The truth is, prospects need time to overcome their natural skepticism of someone they just found online, which really takes us back to the boot story that I was talking about earlier. What is the new way of doing business? Well, it starts with a process that we call the educational video sales letter. Instead of you having to chase prospects to the ends of the earth, your clients will watch an educational video first, and you build the trust, provide true value, and answer the most of their questions in advance of the call. The result is people book themselves into your calendar, and they've been partially pre-sold. The order of the journey of information the prospect takes to find you is the key aspect of the entire system, hence why it's called the video sales funnels. What this will create? Pre-qualified and interested prospects booking calls on your calendar. They arrive pre-educated on your insurance or financial product. Shorter sales cycles because trust is built before the call, which really means less work, which is a really good thing. And higher close rates because they already see you as the expert. And really, this is what's required to go up market. The video creates a celebrity effect that grants you the credibility and the authority required to close insurance prospects. This is the exact same effect that Dave Ramsey's used to sell to folks. It's the same with this lovely lady and this gentleman. This is the new way of selling insurance today. When a future prospect watches you explain insurance or financial concepts for 10 to 20 minutes, something magical occurs in their psyche. You shift from being a salesperson to a trusted advisor, or what I call a sales professional. If they watch you long enough, they will know you intimately. If they feel like they know you, you'll have built trust. And if you build up enough trust, you get prospects to believe. If you can bring clients to believe, they will buy your insurance recommendations. In fact, something I didn't make up, it's proven. This is exactly what I've been doing with you. First, this video found you. Second, you're learning from me. And third, hopefully you'll see me as an expert coach that can help you scale your insurance practice. This isn't a gotcha moment. It's a proof that this process actually works for agents and advisors in today's markets. And I'm putting my money where my mouth is. What makes this process so profitable is its scalability. One educational video can pre-educate thousands of prospects simultaneously. You're not limited by how many calls you can make or people that you can meet. It's the holy grail of leverage. Your expertise scales infinitely through this video. And let's review what you need to do. 1, identify your specific niche. Go from being product-led to prospect-led by focusing on who you help and what problems you solve. 2, use AI-powered digital prospecting with precise meta-targeting to automatically attract your ideal clients. And 3, deploy a video sales letter that educates your prospects while simultaneously building up your authority. The final result is a prospect books their own appointments. You'll be able to get wealthy prospects coming to you. What would your life look like if you woke up every morning with a calendar full of appointments? What is your ideal lifestyle? Imagine being able to work from anywhere in the world, and if you had more time, you could spend more time with your family. Would you invest in new experiences like a faster car, a bigger home? What gets you out of bed every morning? And if you're also an agency owner looking to grow your downline, or you're looking to make your current agents more productive, you'll now have a fully fleshed out inbound lead generation system that will actually help others. There are a few ways to approach everything you've learned today. 1, obviously you can do nothing. You can continue to buy leads, chase after cold prospects, and rely on referrals, which has historically meant your income growth is unpredictable and capped out due to the natural limitations of an individual's time. If you brought agents into your downline and they ended up leaving you, it's because they didn't have leads and proper sales coaching. With these new tools, you now have the ability to give them clients, the gift that keeps on giving. It's on you, though, to help yourself and your downline. Option 2, hire a marketer, do it yourself. Trust me, this is a very expensive option, and it'll likely fail. The skills required to do this on your own are highly specialized. It will take you at least 12 hours a day for years or tens of thousands of dollars in market tuition to become proficient without somebody else helping you along the way. I've tried it. 3, you could just show up for your one-on-one demo consultation. We'll show you the entire video sales funnel system, and if it makes sense, we'll show you how you can implement it in less than 30 days for a fraction of the price and 1/10 of the effort required on your own. Again, this is for dedicated insurance agents or agency owners and financial advisors who want to scale their production but are tired of the endless prospecting hamster wheel that we've all been on. Are you that agency owner? Are you that agent? The one that is ready to be known as an expert in the industry of the eyes of wealthy prospects? What happens when you implement the video sales funnels? You'll be able to generate qualified inbound leads and appointments at a rate you never thought possible. Prospects booking with you instead of you chasing them. You'll be able to generate qualified inbound leads and appointments at a rate you've never thought possible. Prospects booking with you instead of you chasing them. You can finally say goodbye to cold calling, expensive lead vendors, and begging your warm market for referrals. Forget about competing with other agents selling identical products. Be one of one. I need to be upfront with you. As of writing this, we only have the capacity, though, to take about 100 calls a month. You're probably asking why. Because we're obsessed with making sure every single person gets results. We'd rather turn away business owners that dilute our attention to detail when delivering our service. Any failures are a direct reflection on us. We refuse to have anyone fail because we didn't execute on our end. Our commitment to you is simple. If we take you on and you follow the process, you will inevitably see results. We've done it. We've done it. And once again, we've done it. If you're an insurance agent or financial advisor serious about wanting to grow your business, at this time, go ahead and reply yes to our text message we sent you to confirm your appointment. If you want to stop chasing prospects once and for all, you want to stop relying on warm market referrals to drive your new business, dare I say, recruiting folks just to write a policy on them, or even if you're already a 5-figure-a-month earner and you want to scale past your current income ceiling through advanced sales coaching, this system is designed to help you scale your insurance business to the next level. If you want to make more sales this year, reply yes to our text message to confirm the call. The time's now. I look forward to seeing you on the other side of your goals. My name's Charles Durfee. Cheers to our shared success and making it all the way through this. I truly look forward to working with you.